You could look at the world at the moment with all the uncertainty and the environment and politics and welfare cuts and what have you, and you could see it as you can see it one way or the other. One way of seeing it is that the world is going to rat shit, and all the religious, apocalyptic, visions that have been talked about over the years are starting to come true. Or you can look at it as a massive opportunity because all those things that have motivated, especially our parents in the past, for example, my parents who've come from poverty in the slum clearances of Manchester and who then have moved out and then have been able to get jobs and mortgages and do quite well for themselves. They have obviously, been motivated by poverty down the economic route to achieve, which is fair enough. But at this stage, that isn't available to our generation, and especially to the generations of younger people, the teenagers that like, for example, my daughter and many others. They aren't going to be able to get mortgages and cars and go on holidays and even get jobs that provide satisfactory lifestyles because they're going to be on 0 hours contracts, sparse work here and there, paying fortunes for even education. So basically, with that scenario painted, you can use that as an opportunity to say whistle to the wind, really, and really break out of those traditional routes of progress into, well, what is it that I really want to do? And this is what I would call the new paradigm, embracing the new paradigm. And it also applies to those people out there who are in jobs that they don't like, that don't fulfill them, that may well be, maintaining them. But underneath, when it comes down to it at a deep level, they'd rather be doing something else. They may have a dream, they may have a passion, they may have a desire to break out. And at the moment, they're just teetering on the edge and maybe, and holding on in fear, basically. There is massive opportunities that are being given at the moment. The establishment and the system is crumbling before our very eyes, and all the motivations in the past have been taken away. So why don't you go for it? Why don't you just go for it? Especially the people who, you can restructure your debts. It is possible. I have done it myself. You can start to do some research and make inquiries. You can speak to people, who've walked down that path. I encourage you to even just to sort of start asking questions and break away, start to break away and lay, start to feather the nest of another path, which will make you a lot happier, For those who have broken away, who would call themselves, outsiders, truthers, whatever, at the moment, what I'm picking up on is that there's almost like an unwillingness or a fear to rejoin society. You've broken away. You see society as a pile of crap. You've broken away. You've gone down your own routes, and I've been through this path myself. You've pulled away from mainstream politics, from mainstream education. You may have even pulled away from your family and friends. Because you've been going through a journey of whatever you want to call it, the wounded journey of whatever. And you've been trying to sort of wake yourself up, wake other people up, and it's been very unsuccessful. At the moment there are opportunities, and a system is in place, and it's not all bullshit. The system has been put in place, and there's a lot of goodness to the system, and the system can be used. Yeah, we've just got to take out the cancerous people that are in there. So my sort of message to you is, what kind of relationship do you have with your family? What kind of relationship do you have in your community? How much are you taking part in mainstream society to actually be the change? Instead of sort of being isolationist is the word. And I'm not talking about isolationism politically like a country like Greece. I'm talking about where you're holier than thou, and that where you've got to sort of instead of sort of trying to give people information, you've got to actually develop relationships with people to actually be the change and be some sort of role model where you can show them a way which is more, which is based upon some sort of inspirational figure, really, where the life that you're living is something that would attract people to break away, instead of being arsey, and being, well, I know more than you. I've been there. So embrace the change for those people who are in jobs and in situations and relationships that are oppressive, that are depressing. Start to, look at serious options and follow your passion blindly, I would say. But, obviously you've got to always pay the bills, but it can be done. And for those people who have broke away, it's time to rejoin society. And if there is a leader that that is actually that is too good to be true, that is saying that they're anti-war, anti this, that, and the other, then, we have got to sort of like trust. There is a trust issue. We've got to trust ourselves, and we've got to trust other people and trust the system in order for us to change as a collective, as an aggregate society, instead of just saying, well, no, I'm not taking part. It's all a load of bollocks, So embrace the change, be the change. It's a wonderful time to be alive.